safer world is possible, and together we can and will make it happen. Thank you.
When you show up in community, you find that group that makes you feel like home, but oftentimes you also find yourself again.
And for about 12 weeks non-stop, you had Harry with his 6-part Netflix series, followed by his book Spare, and all the interviews around it. And there were these constant accusations being lobbed at the monarchy. And he didn't respond. And people said, oh, the king must respond. And actually, the king didn't respond because, you know, the monarchy is above that kind of stuff. Leave it to the politicians.
You cannot compare Harry and Andrew. We have Andrew, who's wanted for questioning in America, who Scotland Yard would quite like to talk to for help in...
Hello there, and a warm welcome to Sussexful. I'm your host, Emma, and if you love honest, no-nonsense commentary on Prince Harry, Meghan Sussex, and the royal family, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Today, we're talking about a topic that has left fans scratching their heads and shaking their heads at the media. Why you absolutely cannot compare Prince Harry and Prince Andrew. This comparison is not only unfair, it's completely illogical, and yet it keeps popping up in tabloids, panel shows, and so-called royal expert commentary. Let's break it down. Why do these experts always drag Harry and Meghan's names into conversations that have nothing to do with them? And why do they insist on comparing Harry, who has lived an open and honest life, to Andrew, a man accused of serious sexual and financial crimes? The contrast is staggering. One man has faced accusations and legal investigations, and the other has simply shared his story with the public. And yet, somehow, the media often paints Harry as the problem, a complete inversion of reality. In this video, we'll explore, the absurdity of comparing Harry and Andrew, from their actions to their public personas. We'll look at the media double standard and talk about why Harry and Meghan face, honestly, so much scrutiny for speaking out or telling their truth, while others in the royal family just don't. We'll discuss Harry's memoir. It's an honest personal account of his life, his struggles, and his experiences growing up in the royal family. We'll also mention King Charles's book, as a reminder that sharing one's story is nothing new. Charles himself opened up about his life, his parents, and his own challenges. And finally, we'll ask why the narrative around Harry continues to be so skewed, despite clear facts and transparency. The truth is, Harry and Meghan's story is, constantly misrepresented by the press. They're held to impossible standards while the media continues to recycle old narratives, draw false equivalencies, and attack them for, honestly, just speaking their truth. Comparing Harry to Andrew is not just unfair, it's misleading, damaging, and frankly, downright wrong. We'll also talk about the hypocrisy in public discourse. The man accused of serious crimes gets a pass, while Harry, who has done nothing illegal, is villainized. And for anyone wondering about Harry's book, yes, it's personal, honest, and heartfelt. Just like King Charles's memoir, it gives insight into his life, family, and experiences, and yet the reception is wildly different. I want to hear from you. Why do you think the media keeps creating these false equivalencies? How do you feel about the double standards Harry and Meghan face? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters, and we want to discuss this together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with other royal fans who want the truth. Join our community at Sussexful, where we celebrate transparency, call out media bias, and explore the stories behind Harry, Meghan, and the royal family. So, stay tuned for more episodes where we'll be covering the ongoing media coverage of Harry and Meghan, royal scandals, controversies, and, those double standards we always see. Plus, you'll get my honest commentary on books, interviews, and public appearances. There's just so much more to come. And, honestly, everything else you need to know about the royal family from a fair perspective. Now, let's talk about why you simply can't compare Prince Harry and Prince Andrew. It's, well, utterly absurd to try and draw parallels between Prince Harry and Prince Andrew. While Prince Andrew has been accused of, truly heinous acts, including sexual abuse and financial impropriety, Prince Harry has done nothing of the sort. He's just shared his honest account of his life experiences in his memoir, much like his father Charles did years ago. The attempts to equate the two are nothing more than desperate efforts to smear Harry and Meghan, probably driven by ulterior motives. Harry's openness about his struggles is a far cry from the serious allegations faced by Prince Andrew. These baseless comparisons only serve to distract from the real issues at hand and, honestly, do a disservice to victims of abuse. It's really high time we recognize the distinct differences between the two and stop conflating their vastly different circumstances. The comparison between Prince Harry and Prince Andrew is simply nonsensical. While Prince Andrew has faced serious accusations of sexual and financial crimes, Prince Harry has not been accused of any illegal actions whatsoever. It's a wild and illogical leap to suggest that the man who has not been charged with any wrongdoing is somehow worse than the one who has been embroiled in scandals. Harry's memoir, Spare, was an honest and personal account of his life experiences, much like the autobiography written by his father, King Charles, years ago. Dragging Harry and Meghan's names into a discussion that does not even involve them is both unfair and misleading. The two royal situations are vastly different and should not be conflated or used to malign one another. While Prince Harry's memoir Spare has been described as an honest account of his life, it's important to note that Prince Charles has also written a book about his own life and childhood. Unlike Harry's book, which has been the subject of much controversy, Charles's book provided a personal glimpse into his experiences growing up as a member of the royal family. Unlike the accusations and criticisms that have been leveled against Harry, Charles's book was largely seen as a candid and introspective look at his formative years, offering readers a deeper understanding of the future King of England. It's truly baffling how these so-called experts often feel the need to drag Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's names into conversations that have nothing to do with them. The comparison they often make between Harry and Prince Andrew is simply wild and unfair. Equating a person who has not been accused of any illegal actions to someone who has faced serious allegations of sexual and financial crimes is completely nonsensical. Yet, somehow, these commentators manage to portray the one who hasn't been accused of wrongdoing as the worse individual. This lack of logic and perspective is deeply concerning, as it perpetuates an ongoing campaign of harassment against the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Let's not forget that even members of the royal family, such as King Charles, have written memoirs about their lives without facing such intense scrutiny and judgment. The notion that Harry is perceived as the worst person despite his lack of any accusations against him is truly baffling. This perception makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Harry's memoir was simply an honest account of his life experiences, much like the book written by his father, King Charles, with Jonathan Dimbleby. Yet, somehow, Harry is vilified while Prince Andrew, who has been accused of serious crimes, is viewed in a more favorable light. It is a wild and illogical comparison that completely disregards the stark differences between the two individuals and their respective situations.